Hey guys, so I just saw Infinity War and had to get this special movie theater cup and cup toppers. Now I won't say anything about the movie, so there won't be any spoilers in this video, but I will say that I do really like it. Now I usually don't buy theater and movie stuff, but this is a historic movie. I mean, who else has made 18 connected movies over 10 years that lead up to an ultimate finale? No one. That's who. Except Marvel, but that's who we're talking about right now. Anyways, let's take a closer look at these bad boys so you can decide if you want to grab them too. Now, starting with the cup here, we get the nice Avengers Infinity War logo there, as well as the Only in Cinemas text. Now, there are 10 characters on this cup, and if you've seen any trailers or any advertisements on this movie whatsoever, you'll know these characters, so it's not really any surprise whatsoever. And before you ask, no, there is no significance whatsoever to the characters that they chose on the cup, so it is not a spoiler. It's just kind of randomly chosen, so that's a plus there. I do kind of wish they put Mantis on here though. That would have been nice. Alright, now let's go and look at some of the cup topper figures, starting with Teenage Groot. Now he has an oversized head compared to the rest of his body, but that's the art style of these figures, so it looks pretty cool. And they did a great job on the tree sculpt on his body as well. It's actually surprisingly detailed for this type of figure. I mean, it's just a cup topper. I mean, you don't really expect much from him. Especially the back there. I mean, just check that out. Look at all that. They even had some green paint there. Also on his head, he's got the, looks like he's got a little cowlick sticking out of his hair. Or his hair? I don't know what he has. But it's cool. And look at the top there. They also added like a tree stump look to it. Pretty impressive. But there's nothing on his game screen there, it's just silver paint. But then again, I mean, it's a cup topper, so I mean, you can't really expect much. This is already quite a bit. And he's made of a soft rubber or whatever material, because he bends. He's dancing. Woohoo! And next up we have the Hulk. I'm actually super impressed with his head here. I mean, it's extremely detailed for a little cup topper figure. I mean, look at just that hair, how detailed that is. And just look at the face there. It's got sharp detailing and lots of contouring. It's like, what? Even the paint apps on the eyes and teeth are perfectly sharp and they're not bleeding. And he's got some insane muscle sculpting. Just take a look at that. They put a lot of detail in this little figure, which is really impressive, and I'm kind of glad too, because I mean, this movie only comes out once in a lifetime, honestly, you know what I mean? So you know, getting some good souvenir stuff, it's pretty cool. Yeah, right, Hulk? I like Hulk. Now, he's not very flexible, but that's to be expected because he's pretty thick. I mean, look at him. Jeez. And next up is Iron Man. Now, his sculpt is actually very detailed. And I also like the gold paint that they put on his face there. Now what's surprising is he actually has a bit more details than the Hero Vision Iron Man here. His head's bigger too. If you look there, he actually has those little thingies right there that is missing on this Iron Man. And this is actually a figure that costs like 10 bucks. So I mean, like, wow. Oh, and by the way, these guys all cost me $1.50. So yeah, that was pretty insane. I mean, the cup cost me $9, but each figure individually, $1.50. So yeah, the level of sculpting detail is insane too. Just look at all that. They even got the gold paint. I mean, they kind of blopped on the blue, but man, look at the back too. That's even crazier. I mean, whoa, look, all from his neck all the way down. Just crazy amount of detail. And he has a pretty muscular build for him. I mean, they made him really superhero looking. I mean, it's kind of disproportionate to how the actual Tony Stark is in the movie, but hey, that's cool. And he's a bit flexible too. Doing the little Michael Jackson there. Woo! And now moving on to everyone's friendly neighborhood, Spider-Man. Although he's kind of the only Spider-Man. But anyways, now Spider-Man's in his iconic pose, and it's done because they gave him a stand. I mean, what? They gave him a stand. It's a cup topper figure, and they gave him a stand? What? And his eyes have insanely sharp, crisp, and just clean paint applications to him. There's no bleeding whatsoever. And he's got a really nicely detailed suit. I mean, they put a lot of details. You can see the little webbing and the little suits even in his legs there, as you can see. Even on the back, they got the nice spider symbol and everything all around. They just made a great sculpt. I kind of wish they had more gold though. He's missing a lot of it from his chest and his back there, but they did put it on his arm and shoulder, which is great. Plus, look at how sharp the paint is on his spider symbol. It's crisp and there's no bleeding whatsoever. Even the spider symbol on the back. That's impressive. Like, really impressive. Alright, and now time for the Mad Titan, the bad of this movie, Thanos. Now straight off the bat, he's got a pretty goofy look on his face, but dang, look at that sculpt. Just look at the level of detail on his chin, on his face, like you see these contouring, these details. And look, his head here, it's bald, but it's not just some round dome. It actually has contouring like a real head, which is insane. I mean, I don't know how or why they put this much attention to detail in a cup topper, but thank goodness they did. Although they gave him silver eyes, so that's kind of weird. Now the sculpt on the suit, on the arms, the paint on the suit and arms, and the gold, they just look great, but it's the Infinity Gauntlet that steals the show. Just look at the level of details on that thing. I mean, they even added the tiny Infinity Stones. Look at that. They're tiny little paint apps. And they're crisp, clean, sharp, and they're not really bleeding. I mean, wow. And there's more detail on the top of that gauntlet there and on the back side here. And that gold is just gorgeous. Yeah. That's what I call an Infinity Gauntlet. In fact, this has more detail than some toys that cost like 10 times as much, so that's pretty impressive. It still has a goofy face though. And here's a better view of what the top looks like. Got a little straw hole there, and the inside of the cap. And here's what they look like attached to the top of the cup there. And here they are compared to some Hero Vision toys, a Hot Toys Cos Baby, and a Funko Pop. Well guys, these are some pretty cool cup topper figures, and as I said earlier, they were selling for $1.50 each, which is a total steal. Though $9 for the cup was kind of eh. Now depending on your area, different theater chains will have different stuff, so check your local theaters to see which one has these. They seem to be pretty standard though, so I think theaters are just buying them from Disney, but each theater gets a different set, so that's why you should check around. Anyways guys, I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, if you could drop a like, that would be cool. Oh, and I highly recommend that you do not drink this much soda during the movie, because you do not want to get up to pee during this movie, because you will miss something important. Anyways guys, thanks for watching. Go see the movie, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.